letters, and especially several freshers who had just passed out from their B schools or from their undergrad colleges, who had offer letters in their hands, and suddenly from now hiring, the status of organization changed to not hiring, and these offer letters were also withdrawn. So not only has the hiring or the recruitment function of the HR got impacted because of the pandemic, but the HR or the organizations also facing challenges with manpower dearth, wherein how do they manage the current manpower even if they are not hiring. So one of the solutions that comes to my mind is to convert many jobs which were full-time jobs earlier to part-time jobs and sharing of jobs. Instead of laying off people permanently, there could be temporary layoffs for a fixed period, wherein let's say it could be for 6 months till the time we recover, or wherein you don't snatch away the jobs or lay off them completely, but there could be temporary layoff. Also, to manage certain secondary activities which do not impact the business, there could be engagement with various vendors and freelancers or consultants to take care of secondary activities. Besides the technology interface, there is also definitely a change in the way the organizations have to look at people. Some time back, people were talking, or organizations were talking about employee performance management. However, now most organizations are now talking about employee well-being. So that's the next big shift that organizations will have, or the HR processes will have to focus on, from shifting from employee performance to employee well-being. So it simply reiterates the whole concept that our dear Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, has stated that Jaan hai to jahan hai. So performance targets, I'm sure, can be accomplished in due course of time when things come into a state of stability. But I'm sure right now organizations have to focus more on employee well-being in comparison to employee performance. Some of the organizations which have been focusing extensively on employee engagement well-being have been, let's say, such certain market leaders. Microsoft, it didn't believe in laying off people, and they promised to keep paying the hourly workers. Similarly, Starbucks Coffee, they have extended its mental health benefits to the US-based employees. I'm sure there's a long way for India to come up to that. But our very own Tata Consultancy Services, a major IT firm, has deferred hikes, but there have been no layoffs. Similarly, Axis Bank has been focusing on team members or employees being more empathetic towards each other, managers being more empathetic towards their subordinates or their team workers. Similarly, Mahindra, which is a major automobile manufacturing company, has been focusing on online mindfulness sessions and also on nutrition advice as to how their employees or their team members can remain fit during this pandemic and be stress-free. And to mention Johnson & Johnson again, it has been encouraging employees to seek confidential support from. They have tied up with various counselors across the country using the J&J Employee Assistance Program, and they have been encouraging employees to seek confidential support and counseling as and when required. Some of the other organizations have been Tata Steel, Dabur, Flipkart, Schneider, Welspun, who have been extensively focusing on employee well-being. Some of the other engagements or initiatives that organizations have been taking as as a remarkable shift in HR focuses and focus of the organization has been, let's say, doctor on call, wherein a team member could engage with a doctor who is associated with the organization, psychological counseling, online meditation, fitness, virtual team lunches. There have been organizations who have been focusing on virtual team lunches, wherein people do come together and eat at the same time. They bring their own lunch boxes at their workstations at home and enjoy a lunch together. And also dedicated work for home along with work from home. So since everybody has been facing challenges, so they have been insisting on employees to also engage in household chores so that they keep their employees motivated, engaged. Also, ample work breaks during online meetings is one way to keep sure that the employees or the team members are keeping fit. So the future of the work is the future of worker well-being. So that will help in taking care of the COVID-19 anxiety. It will take care of the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. It can be done with association with the team of various counselors. Also, the HR manager or the HR leader has to act more like a coach in taking care of their people and managing the work-life balances or stresses created by the pandemic. So the next question is, amid all the challenges that the organizations or the economy or the industry is facing, the question remains, who will survive? And this happens to be my favorite quote by the famous philosopher Charles Darwin. And we have all read and understood the theory of the survival of the fittest. So as he says, it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. So clearly, the answer to who will survive is the one who will keep investing into reskilling and upskilling. So along with the various results that we had during the survey that we conducted 2 weeks back, we did a survey on identifying which are the top 5 skills that the industry will demand in the times to come. So the top 5 skills that came as a result of the survey were adaptability, team working, crisis handling, stress management, and resilience. So as we can see, about 81% people chose adaptability to be the topmost skill. So as we really understand that the times to come will be very turbulent, there's nothing that will be fixed. We all know we prepare to return to offices one day, and suddenly we see on the news that the lockdown has been extended for 2 more weeks. So I'm sure we are all perplexed, and we keep thinking, ab kya hoga? Ab kaise office jayenge? Kaise kya karenge? So it is our responsibility to ensure that our team managers or team employees are in a state of accepting challenges and accepting change and are adaptable to the current situation. So adaptability is one of the most prevalent skills that the organizations or that the industry will demand. The second top skill is team working. So while everybody is demanding to believe in social isolation, but eventually team working will be the key to existence. So it might not necessarily be that we are sitting next to each other, but still working along with our team members in close coordination, in close alliance with the various function heads or with other functional departments. Team working in one way or the other will definitely help organizations to recover and reboot. The third most important skill that came out as a result of the survey was crisis handling, which is what we are doing. We are fighting with challenges day in and day out, and the times will need to hire more people with crisis handling skills. And as a result of pandemic or the challenges that are going to be coming up, stress is going to be unavoidable. So we need more people who will be able to manage their stress and impulse. And last but not the least is resilience, wherein we need to recover from it as quickly as we can. And that's where resilient people will help organizations recover faster. So challenges wherein we know that we cannot be sitting in a classroom or a hotel room to undergo a training program of 2 days. That's not going to be the scenario anymore. So that's where it is more important for organizations to keep investing into various virtual learning platforms for skill-focused learning. Also exploring partnerships with various institutions of learning. These could be universities of any level, could be technical, could be institutions who would be focusing on technical learning, as well as remote working is the new normal. However, we are all yet to focus and understand the key strategies or the key principles of remote working, which is yet not so easy. So clearly, upskilling is the key for developing organizations further. I would also like to take reference of Mr. Devdutt Pattanaik, who is a very famous mythologist and an author. And he has actually projected the role of HR as somebody who's like Ram. So Sri Ram, when he was just about to be crowned, suddenly his stepmom came in and he was sent to the forest for Vanvas. So we as HR have to embrace unpredictability. That's where we have to behave more like Sri Ram, wherein we are able to accept challenges every now and then. We also have to be ready to embrace vulnerability, wherein it is okay not to know, it is okay to change the stand, and wherein we don't know how the times are going to be, and we are all vulnerable. We don't know what the organization will decide further. So we are pretty vulnerable, but it is okay to accept challenges right now. Also, he wants the HR fraternity, Mr. Devdutt Pattanaik, to behave like Arjun and be focused on both safety and starvation. So while we have to stay at home safely, but also go out to earn our income. So that's where we have to strike out a balance between being like Arjun and making sure that organization is developing, and also we are able to take care of ourselves. And happily, but not ever after, he wants the HR fraternity to be equipped with all the three, hand, heart, and head, wherein they can work together to ensure that we act responsibly to take care of our employees and our organizational members. He has also referred the HR as the role of Lord Krishna. So with turbulent times, I'm sure organizations would focus and refocus on what their line of business would be. And as you can see in this cartoon, there's a manager who is talking to his subordinate, and the subordinate has come up with an example. He says, this really is an innovative approach, but I'm afraid we can't consider it. It's never been done before. So here, as an HR manager or as our HR leader, it is important that we act as an enabler, wherein we help organizational members innovate and